Good morning, good morning. It is 5 o'clock in the morning when I started this, but that's okay. We got out a big piece of our roll of painter's block off stuff, whatever you call it, and I'm going through this tin of little pieces of paper, and I found this spiderweb charm. Hello, that might have to go on. I might break all my rules with this. I've been reincarnated into a whatever journaler. I don't like thread everywhere, and I don't like charms on the spine. They drive me insane. You do you. It's perfectly fine. I just don't like them. But what if I have a charm hanging off of it too? So I've got all this thread hanging off, and then I've got charms. Well, who am I? I came back as another person. But I took all the big pieces out. I'm putting the big pieces down first. There is absolutely no rhyme nor reason to any of this. There's no color thought process. There's no shape process. There's no, even though the one in the middle looks like a bat, but not saying anything. There's no, do this, do that. I don't know why I have several mouths of teeth. I don't know why. I couldn't explain it to you. Don't remember cutting them out. But I just have this huge piece of paper here, and cutting the pieces, if they're huge pieces, I'm cutting them down to smaller ones. Now, I have much more colorful paper in the big box. I wanted to clean out these little boxes. I emptied one and thinned out another by a lot. But I like, this is, again, this whole week has been meditative. We had a big event for me on Saturday, this past Saturday that just passed, the 25th, whatever it was. And today for you is my husband's birthday. Say happy birthday to Mr. 4x8 Paper Stuff. It's not a monumental one. Next year's a monumental one. But, and next year's a monumental one for me too. But, I think I needed a lot of meditation subconsciously, even though I was very open to what we did and very agreeable to it and very, dare I say, eager to do it. And it all worked out perfect. I couldn't have asked for it to go any better. Hopefully the other person couldn't have either, and it went very well. Albeit there's a little yellow going on in here, and I like yellow on everything, but there's a little bit too much yellow. But meditative stuff this week has popped up a lot. This poor lady now has a cavity. Man, woman, I don't know what she is. Now she's got braces and a retainer. But anyhow, I have done several meditative things subconsciously, I believe. But it's been so great. And we have some really stormy weather coming for the next few days. Remnants, outer bands, and weather pulling in different directions than normal from the Hurricane Melissa that's going over Jamaica tonight. So, of course, I have the Beach Boys song stuck in my head. But anyhow, Kokomo. Anyhow, this could be Kokomo right here. It's Kokomo in my head every day. But I started putting little pieces on top, and if the underneath piece was horizontal, I put it vertical. That was the only intentions I had. And another color, a different color. There's thread stuck in here. There's everything and anything went in here. And this, I can't tell you. Number one, how good it is to have these little tiny snippets used, not just saving them for no reason, crazy lady style, used. And they all became vital. They all became their roles. Okay, before my sister called and rudely interrupted me, I don't remember where I was now. Anyhow, therapeutic, wonderful, too much yellow going on. Little scraps, big scraps first, little scraps next, perpendicular to each other, each layer. I'm trying. And there is some of the brown showing through, I think, which is fine. It's fine because I'm going to add paint to it also. And the paint just kind of connects, in my opinion, connects things that weren't connected. And this is that handful of stuff right there is what I threw away out of that container. So there's nothing left. The container is empty. I will show you later. But this is, I don't know what, I think, like I was saying, I think I needed meditative practices this week because I've done a couple of them and thoroughly enjoyed them. Usually this bores me to tears. I make myself do it sometimes, or I turn on a football game or something like that, and this is when I do this kind of stuff because my slight ADD, self-diagnosed, it drives me nuts. I can't sit here and do this. However, this past week I've done several things meditative. Paint nails, paint something else, and then this. And gluing all that paper, normally, that's why I don't do it very often, normally would have driven me batty, more than normal batty. But I'm getting into my paint dungeon here, and I have it in containers with lids, like for salad dressing and stuff. But then those containers are in another container, and it keeps the acrylic nice and moist. Even the jelly gouache that is just with no lid, just in a container with the lid, which is what this is. It's a metallic purple. All of that stays nice and fresh, and I can transfer it back and forth to the beach all winter, and nothing ever happens to it. In fact, I just keep adding paint. When I run low, I just add some more. And it's mixtures of all kinds of paints. When it's turquoise, it's coming from all different kinds of places. When it's red, it's coming from all different kinds of places. And there's different shades, different textures, everything. It all goes in these little melting pots, and this is what I use for this kind of stuff. Nothing of mine is going in the Smithsonian at any time. They haven't contacted me. So this I'm okay with. And by the time, never mind. I was going to say something nasty, but never mind. Anyhow, I'm trying to put a little white in places because I feel like it's too bright. But I don't think you can be too bright with this, actually. Fun. Oh, but you do need a little gold. Fun. Meditative, creative, useful, cleaning things up, the whole gamut taken care of right here. Good morning. Well, I've already said good morning to you because this is now dry. With the help of my new heat gun. I switched out heat guns with my husband. I bought another, not as crafty version as the one I have at home, which I might take this one home actually. But I didn't pay attention to the wattage on the other heat gun, nor did I pay attention to the name of the heat gun. I just saw a heat gun and it was the cheapest one, so I bought it. The name of the heat gun was called Furno. That should have been my first clue that it was way too much for craft projects. The second thing, the wattage started at, I think, 1100. The low setting was 1100 watts of heat. This is dual temperature, but it's a lower wattage. Somewhere. Oh no. The temperature range is from 700 to 1,000 Fahrenheit. The one I had started at 1,500 Fahrenheit. And it's called a Warrior. It's not called a Furno. We're expecting rain all week. But it's also cold. The temperature has dropped. But it's nice and quiet. Halloween is officially over here at the where our house is, not everywhere, because there's Friday night, but no more weekends. Okay, so now I have all this paper. It is a little tacky in a couple places, but it's mostly done. So now I'm going to cut this. Where is a sheet of binder paper or notebook paper or something? I want to cut it in slightly 8.5 by 11 increments. Except that, hold on. My prompt for today is attic. Yeah. And I think what I want to do, I have a whole sheet to work on, a whole spread. The last three are going to be whole spreads. Yeah. Attic, yellow moon, stake. Like stake through your heart. Halloween stakes. So I have no clue as to how to do attic, except that as I was working